and his voice you just heard. Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Just fine. So glad. I know you have been one busy guy lately the last 2-3 weeks, and I really appreciate you taking the time to join us this evening. Before we get into anything else, the song Home. You were the commencement speaker for the University of Oregon last year, and is there anything you want to tell us about that experience?
Oh gosh, yeah. You know, it was so funny because when I got the call about it, I really thought they were mistaken. I was like, "You actually want me to speak at graduation?" I was like, "I can't be the commencement speaker." I was like, "Are you sure you're calling the right person?" Yeah, you know, it ended up being one of the highlights of my life. I felt so honored to be a part of it. I actually wasn't able to go to my own graduation because my dad was on his deathbed, so it was actually my first time attending graduation at my alma mater, and I got to be the commencement speaker, and so it was a terrific experience.
That's great. And you and Evan got married there, or outside?
We did get married at the University of Oregon. You know, we first met on campus, right outside the student union, which is where the a cappella groups sing. And we met there, and so we thought it was kind of special to get married right where we met. And, you know, the university was awesome in letting us put everything together, and yeah, it was a terrific place to make that happen.
That is really cool. That's neat. And I must say, watching the video of the commencement speech and the song afterwards, the audience sure got into it. That's really neat. Okay, now.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Good. You've been doing a lot of traveling. You've been traveled from one end to the other. What have you been doing lately?
Yeah, I just got back from a 16-day business trip. I was in Toronto at Buffer Festival, which is a YouTube kind of like VidCon-esque festival for Canada, just like kind of a celebration of the space there. And it was really cool because I was able to sing with a choir for one of my songs. I did Icy Fire, and they brought a choir of about 80 people up on stage, and I taught them part of my song, and so I got to perform it with them in this enormous screen in front of all these YouTubers and like a few thousand other people there, and that was a great experience. And then I was in San Francisco at some companies that I'm advising, like Patreon and Louder, that are really helping independent artists, and I always donate my time to them, and they're terrific companies. I love being around. And then, you know, I went to LA and shot some music videos. I worked with Sam Shuey on two different music videos, and just took a lot of different meetings. It's kind of one of those places, if you're in the YouTube space, you kind of have to show up every couple of months. Even though I try to hide in Oregon away from it all, I ended up being down there for a good week. And one of my super good friends actually got us backstage passes to meet Josh Groban, and we got to hear him in concert, and that was a terrific experience.
Yeah, I did see a posting, something about that. I bet that was pretty. And you said something about he had a good sense of humor?
Oh my gosh. I mean, if he lost his voice tomorrow, he should do stand-up comedy. That guy is just one heck of an entertainer.
Really?
I mean, just between his songs, he's just hilarious.
That's
it was, yeah.
And you would never figure that.
Go hear him sing.
You would
oh
never.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
No idea.
So you've been working on. Are you still working out of your garage?
Oh well, heck yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever leave that. I think even if for some reason I end up being a much bigger deal than I really am now or anything, I think I'm just gonna stay right where I am and in Oregon and make music out of my garage and record myself. It's just what I love to do. I like just living a normal life.
It's a comfort zone, and that way you can be close to your family too. So that makes it nice. So
yeah.
Any future Christmas songs coming up?
I was actually just talking with some people about certain songs that I'm working on. I'm thinking about maybe doing Mary, Did You Know?
Oh, good. You got my message on that one. A couple of them.
Yeah, I think next year I'm actually going to put together a full Christmas album, but it's something that you kind of need to start almost like in a March, April type of a thing, and not just right before Christmas and try to throw something together. But I think I'll try to put together at least one song.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Peter, I met you in Portland at Jackie Vanko's concert, and it was so great seeing you in person. And there was a lot of us that were and to meet you afterwards too. Everybody was very impressed by you. It was great.
It was such a pleasure to perform with her, and it was nice to meet all you guys too.
And you finally got a chance to meet her. How was that?
Oh, it was great. She's a terrific young woman, so stupidly talented. I mean, even just the dress rehearsal when we just sang it for the first time, she's just impeccable pitch, and her and her father are just lovely people, and yeah, it was just a great time. Really, really enjoyed it.
I know the security guard that was sitting by me. We had, during intermissions and before the show, we had quite the conversations, and he was very taken by your voice.
Oh, really?
I bet you got a lot more fans that evening that had not heard of you before. And I know you were going to try to make it to the fan gathering, but you got bombarded at the theater and you couldn't get out of there.
Yeah, we got out of the theater almost at midnight. So,
oh wow,
trying to drive 2 hours home wasn't able to really stop anywhere other than just drive straight back to Eugene.
Yeah. So, what are you working? Oh, and speaking of Jackie Vanko, I know you can't really say anything, but I did see something where you and her are going to collaborate again on a song. And I'm really excited about that. And I know a lot of people are. Your voices blend beautifully.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's absolutely a pleasure to work with her. And I think she and her family know that anytime they want to do something, I'm 100% open. Yeah, we've been talking about it, but I don't know anything final as of yet.
Will you be touring with the Piano Guys at all again in the near future?
You know what? I love those guys. I mean, if they want to invite me on something, I definitely would do it. But I don't know anything specific.
Okay.
But absolutely, if they call, I'm there.
Yeah, that Angels We Have Heard on High, isn't that the name of the song with them? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, the one we did with David and them, and then the Mormon Tab, obviously. It was such a tremendous experience to do that last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's going to be it'll be hard not to play that every week during the month of December on this program.
Well, it's a good one. There's lots of good vibes in that one. I think that would be a good choice.
Yes. Okay. Is there anything that you are working on in particular right now? Will you be doing any concerts yourself?
Oh, I mean, I still got to figure out how to pull that off. I have the desire to. I know. I've had people asking me. Just got to figure out how to put that all together. I mean, maybe I could do something where it was just so fun to do. Come up May with Jackie, and we just kind of pulled that together right at the last minute. And it was so nice to do that with instruments, even though it's so against
not your style.
My brand. I might have to do a little bit more of that kind of stuff if I do touring. But it was it was such a great experience. I hope so. I think that's the best answer I can give.
I think you should come to Bend.
Well, I come to Bend so often because my mom lives there, so it's not too much of a hard sell.
Okay. Or Portland. Portland would generate a bigger audience, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, is there anything you want to tell us? Any secrets you want to share with everybody?
Secrets.
Of what's going on and any
I'm
new
constantly working on stuff. I'm constantly trying to, do the songs that people request. I basically take requests underneath each of one of my YouTube videos, and I have a long-running list, actually, to catch up on a lot of the songs that have been requested. I'm kind of in production on a lot of ridiculous mega medleys of artist songs, which is ridiculous, but it's kind of fun, kind of like a smorgasbord of all the top hits of specific artists. So kind of have that coming, and I'm working on putting together some Christmas songs for the holidays, and just spending time with the family. And I finally started writing original music, and it's so awesome. It's such a great experience. It's so nice, and it's therapeutic, and I did some previously, but now I'm really starting to write, and so hopefully next year I'll have a whole originals album.
Oh, that'll
original
be fun.
album. And I was even thinking of releasing an a cappella version and then also an instrumental version for each one of those, because I just I just want to explore more and be able to be a little bit more creative instead of just being tied down to just the vocal box, even though all my music will be crazy vocally centric, but I think it might be fun to do some violins and a bunch of cool stuff. So that might be something that might be coming, and by might be I mean will be.
And that's one thing with your music, with your voice, and then all the backup sounds from you. It's just a beautiful blend, and I don't think I could ever get tired of listening to it. And
thank you.
You've become a big star for a lot of the listeners on this program. So just to let you know that.
Well, I so appreciate you sharing my music with everyone. It means the world to me.
It's been fun. Lots of fun. Okay, well, thank you once again, Peter, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk again next spring or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be lovely.
All right.
Yeah, well, hope you guys have a good one. Thank you so much for playing my music, and everyone out there, hello, have a great night, and a happy Veterans Day.
Thank you very much. Okay.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.